is Real News Radio, exposing government corruption, defending our Constitution, demanding the rights of we the people, broadcasting the truth. The puppet media dare not report. Long live liberty and death to the New World Order. Prepare yourself. This is Real News Radio with your host, Barron.
Welcome to the Real News Radio. This is Farron and Brian, where we discuss current events, politics, and the failure of our government to represent we the people. We will be joined during the first break with Virginia Fox, Congresswoman 5th District. We're looking forward to that. She will be our guest today. And we do have plans on July the 4th, 12 noon, to be down at the Civic Center. We've applied for our permit. We haven't got it yet, but I don't see any problems. We will definitely have it up on the website as soon as we got that. So we're kind of tentatively announcing this. We want to get it in hand before we positively announce it, but so everyone can somewhat prepare. 12 noon, 2 weeks from today, another National Day of Protest, Tea Party event. We're going to be lining up some speakers. 12 to 2, Civic Center, downtown Statesville. I wanted to begin today with a report that came out from Reuters News June 16, 2009, and this is concerning Obama's regulatory reform plan. And Obama plans to cut bank regulators and allow the Federal Reserve to supervise financial holding companies. Now, that's the title. I'm reading verbatim. The Obama administration plans to call for the U.S. Office of Thrift Supervision to close as part of its overhaul of financial regulation, which would also include the elimination of the Federal Thrift Charter for banks. The plan would require large interconnected firms to draft a credible plan of how they would be unwound if they ran into severe trouble, a senior administration official told reporters on a conference call on Tuesday. The official said the proposal would also call for the creation of a financial oversight council that would be led by the Treasury Department and would make the Federal Reserve the consolidated supervisor of large financial holding companies. Now, again, this is being reported by Reuters. Now, President Obama's plan to give the privately owned and unaccountable Federal Reserve complete regulatory oversight across the entire U.S. economy, which is likely to be enacted by the end of the year, will officially herald the beginning of a new form of government in the United States, an ultra-powerful banking dictatorship controlled by a small gaggle of shadowy, corrupt elitists. The new rules would see the Fed given the authority to regulate any company whose activity it believes could threaten the economy and the markets. This goes a step further than the centrally planned economies of the Soviet Union or Communist China, in that the Federal Reserve is not even accountable to the U.S. government. It is a private entity that, according to former Fed Chairman Alan Greenspan, is accountable to nobody but the banking families that own it. Obama's regulatory reform plan is nothing less than a green light for the complete and total takeover of the United States by the private banking cartel that will usurp the power of existing regulatory bodies, who are now being blamed for the financial crisis in order that their status can be abolished and their roles handed over to the all-powerful Fed. According to an Associated Press report yesterday, Democrat leaders have committed to enacting the plan before the end of the year, and Republicans in both House and Senate have indicated they won't stand in the way of the overhaul. The final plan is expected to sidestep most jurisdictional disputes and simply impose across-the-board standards to be applied by all financial regulators, according to the administration and industry sources. In other words, the Fed, which is already totally unaccountable to Congress, is to be placed in complete control of the entirety of the U.S. financial system to do with what it wishes without any repercussions. The L.A. Times reported the government, in conjunction with the private Federal Reserve, would effectively have the clout to simply seize and take over any company that it desires. Now, in light of that, I want to report something that was reported this past week by Information Clearinghouse. And I've seen this on several of the different mainstream corporate-owned puppet media, such as CNN, Fox News. There were meetings being held Monday and Tuesday in Russia among Chinese President Hu Jintao, Russian President Medvedev, and other top officials of 6 nations, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. The United States, which asked to attend, was denied admittance. The gathering is, in the words of the economist Michael Hudson, the most important meeting of the 21st century so far. It is the first formal step by our major trading partners to replace the dollar as the world's reserve currency. If they succeed, the dollar will dramatically plummet in value, the cost of imports, including oil, will skyrocket, interest rates will climb, and jobs will hemorrhage at the rate that will make the last few months look like boom times. State and federal services will be reduced or shut down for lack of funds, and the United States will begin to resemble the Weimar Republic or Zimbabwe. Obama, endowed by many with the qualities of a savior, will suddenly look pitiful and inept and weak, and the rage that was kindled a handful of shootings and hate crimes in the last few weeks will engulf vast segments of the disenfranchised and bewildered working middle class. It means China, Russia, India, Pakistan, Iran are forming an official financial and military area to get America out of Eurasia. The balance of payments deficit is mainly military in nature. Half of America's discretionary spending is military. The deficit ends up in the hands of foreign banks, central banks. They don't have any choice but to recycle the money to buy U.S. government debt. The Asian countries have been financing their own military encirclement. They have been forced to accept dollars that have no chance of being repaid. They are paying for America's military aggression against them, and they're wanting to get rid of this. Brian, what do you make of Obama's regulatory reform plan, where we're giving the Federal Reserve more power, the same corrupt elitists that have caused the economic collapse in the first place?
I was thinking it would actually be better to give that power to, say, like Microsoft or Exxon, somebody like that, because at the very least, they're a publicly traded company. This is a private institution, the Federal Reserve. We have no idea whatsoever about what goes on behind the scenes. None.
Yeah, I'd just as soon give the power to Charles Manson. You know, it wouldn't be any difference to me. I mean, this, and what is coming out, what's your opinion of this, what's coming out in Russia? China, Russia's meeting, America wants to go. This was covered by some of the mainstream press. And they're openly talking about completely dropping the dollar, and people around here, I don't know if they know the ramifications of this, but it's serious.
Very, very serious. I mean, this could happen in a matter of days if something actually did go through. And, of course, oil right now is technically the world's reserve currency. We're seeing oil prices go up and up and up, and that's because everybody's putting their dollars, their worthless fiat American dollars, into something that's actually worth something, a commodity, oil.
And as you reported and was sent to us by a listener, these companies that have been given these gifts by the Treasury and have looted the American economy, these billions and trillions of dollars, are buying oil futures, and that's why oil is going up in the first time. We, the American people, are actually financing our own high oil prices.
Our own oppression.
We're in the same boat as Russia and China. They're trying to get out from under it. We're standing around, don't know what to do. But this is serious, and Obama's regulatory reform plan is just like giving the bank robber the combination to the safe and the key to the front door of the bank, right?
To protect the bank.
Yeah. So we're going to be coming up on a break in about 2 minutes. We should be joined with Virginia Fox. We've got a lot of news we want to cover, some clips that we want to play today, too. There's a lot that's happened in the past week, but again, July 4th, 12 noon, downtown Statesville Civic Center. Everyone that was involved in the April 15th Tea Party event, please spread the word. We will have commercials coming out hopefully first of the week once we actually have the permit in hand, and we'll be making copies of DVDs. Anyone who wants to volunteer, get involved, help out, just contact myself or Brian. You can email us at onair@therealnewsradio.com. Our website is therealnewsradio.com, and any of the clips that we play today you can find on the website. We are trying to make some changes there. So again, look into it for yourself. The Obama regulatory reform plan is being heralded by the puppet press as a way to eliminate some of the financial crisis that we're going through in the future.
And hopefully, if Ron Paul's H.R. 1207 does in fact go through, I mean, my faith's pretty weak. Like you said, I mean, it could just wind up another 9/11 or Warren Commission, but
it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, I haven't heard the latest. I know there's more, but
232 co-sponsors as of Friday, and it needs 290. Then it would be veto-proof.
Well, that'll be interesting. I don't know. I mean, you got to go through Congress, then it's got to go through Senate, go through any kind of subcommittees, whatever. How far out, in your estimation, if it went through, till we'd actually see this coming to fruition?
It would be a long time. It's going to be dragged out.
All right, we're coming up on the break. We'll be back on The Real News in 3 minutes.